Hey, my name's James Nicholson. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Landlords. I'm going to tell you today how you can get an extra £4,250 from this council just by renting out your property. This is a new scheme that has come up in one of the local councils, and the goal of the scheme is to get people out of homelessness and also make sure that there's enough rental stock in that town. I think it's got some good benefits. I think maybe other councils could look at rolling out something similar, because so many of all the content videos that I've made recently have been about bashing landlords, making things harder. Why not have some incentives and actually bring some landlords back into the market and help the people that need that most, and that's the tenants, to get a good property? Now, if you're new around here and you haven't done already, welcome to the channel, and make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification while you're here. You'll get all the latest property content. We talk house prices, interest rates, investing in property, and much, much more. And let's get some views on this video. How do we do that? Simple. Smash like, tickle like, do something to that like button. That really helps with the YouTube algorithm, and that really helps the channel grow. So thanks to everyone that does that. So look, lots of the content I've done recently has been quite negative. There's a lot of content over the last week or so talking about the Renters' Rights Bill, and that's causing a lot of landlords to leave the market, or at least consider leaving the market, while they see exactly what we end up with in the final bill. And that's not good for the rental market. And this council is actually taking a proactive step in order to keep some landlords in the market, and I think that's good. Now, I'm talking about Dorset Council here. Now, I'm sure if you're in Dorset that they have other things that probably aren't so good and maybe are a little anti-landlord and anti-home ownership. But this is a fairly good scheme in my opinion, and I'll tell you a bit more about it. So what they're saying is that if you rent through them, so effectively they become the letting agent for you, they will give you an extra £4,250 per year. Now that's good, and that's worth having, and that's going to help a lot of landlords who at the moment are losing money because of fees, high interest rates, and all this kind of stuff. It's a scheme that they've got that's called Key for Me, and this is something that they've been trialing for a little while. They've got 100 households that have been rehomed using this already, and this could be someone that's homeless, or it could be someone that's getting evicted from a property, or various different reasons. Like this is something that they're looking at here. Now, the council will become the agent here, so that's also going to save you some extra money. And it varies up and down the country. In London, you might get a letting agent for as low as 5% because the rents are really high. Up north, you might pay 15%. It can be massively different on where you're based in the UK. But they're saying that this could save you an extra 15% in fees. And that does make sense. And that's another option here. So the council are saying that they will get the tenant. They'll vet the tenant. You'll get some options on who you have, but this is the step and the process that they will take that property through. Now, you might not want to do this if you've got the Buckingham Palace in Dorset, but for a steady vanilla buy-to-let 2-bed, 3-bed property, this could be something that could be quite attractive to some landlords. Now, they're also going to help the tenants as well, so that's important, and this gives a bit more comfort to landlords, because some council tenants, you don't get a deposit always, and it can be difficult to get a decent deposit. Now, Dorset Council in this scheme will give up to 12 weeks deposit. That's going to make some landlords comfortable. Now, I don't know who they take that, if they take that off the tenant, or if the tenant destroys the property, what happens then? But 12 weeks is substantial. I don't get 12 weeks. I get like 4 weeks, 5 weeks on most of my properties in the south. So that's a substantial amount of money that gives landlords that extra comfort. I think that's the goal here, is to say, look, we want to get some decent landlords in, and we want to give you some security as well, and give you the comfort that this isn't just standard social housing here. This is a little bit better. Now, they're also going to give you a pet deposit if there's a pet. Never heard of this. Now, this is being talked about in the Renters' Rights Bill at the moment, ironically, and they're saying that you could ask a tenant for 3 weeks additional rent as a deposit if they have a pet. That's an amendment that's been tabled in the Renters' Rights Bill. Go and check that out. I made a video on that the other day, so that could be something that could be quite interesting for you to understand about. But these guys are saying they'll give you a pet deposit, and if the tenant's got a pet, you get an extra 400 quid deposit. That's all right. That helps. And so that, I don't have a problem with people that have got pets, if I'm honest, as a landlord. What I've found is that the people that have pets often stay longer. Now, I know in the comments, you landlords are going to say you've had horror stories, and that could happen to me at some stage, right? That is possible, right? But I've always found it fairly good. It meant the tenants stayed for ages because they really struggled to find somewhere else. So that's important as well. So a pet deposit works very well. The council will also do the inventory, which you don't normally get with a council. So you get an inventory check done by a professional company, taking pictures and checking marks on carpets and all of that kind of stuff, just to give you that extra security. Now, look, is this perfect? No. Is it better than just normal renting to normal council tenants? 100% yes. I think this is a better scheme. One, you're getting extra cash there. Now, that cash is spread over the tenancy, but it's a few extra £100 a month that you're going to get there, which is pretty good. The fact that you've got a 12-week deposit is good. The fact that you've got 400 quid for pet insurance effectively is good as well. So there's lots of wins in this, and I think that this could be something that could be positive for other councils to adopt. It's not going to fix the housing crisis, but it could improve it slightly, and that's a good thing. So let me know what you think about this in the comments below. And last few days of the fundamentals of property investing. Look, I know some of you get frustrated when I talk about this, but it's minute of the video. We've got the fundamentals of property investing for £20 at the moment. One-time charge. It's linked in the first comment below. This will help you find properties below market value, teach you how to add value to those properties, and teach you the high cash flow strategies based off the back of this. Everyone else is charging thousands of pounds for this types of training, and we're charging you £20 once. It's an absolute no-brainer. Maybe you're already a property investor and you want some more knowledge, or maybe you're just thinking about getting into property investing maybe now or in a few years from now. Grab it while it's £20. That's the cheapest it will ever be. Also, while you're here, make sure you check out all the other content as well on the channel, including this video right here.